Ricezempic. That's the name of a new TikTok trend. It's where you mix raw uncooked rice with hot water and lime juice. Users say the concoction has prebiotic fiber and resistant starch, which they say may help you feel full longer. Similar to how Ozempic mimics a gut hormone and helps you feel full. Well, it turns out this drink is not only lacking scientific data, it could also be dangerous. So I'm joined by Dr. Nita Bajor, a triple board certified physician for Oakview Medical Associates here in Greenville. So thank you so much for joining us
You're welcome.
today. I feel like there's always some new trend about Ozempic or some variation of it. So let's first start with why this drink could actually be dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, I have several things with it. The first is lack of scientific evidence, right? That's not been studied in evidence-based medicine. The other thing is it's misleading. There are a lot of vulnerable people on the internet, so you're really misleading people by telling them there's one thing that's going to really cure it all for you. Also side effects. I mean, you know, if you think about it, uncooked rice, it's basically polished white rice. So it's bleached, and if you put rice in water and just you can see the white powder coming out of it. So that's processed food, and then you're eating it raw. If it's got bacteria, you're ingesting that. Your gut is not meant for that, so it's going to cause bloating and a lot of other side effects like diarrhea. And just it delays medical care, because when people seek stuff on TikTok, then they think, okay, it's a substitute. I don't need to go see my doctor, and I don't need to worry about my A1C. And so they're not doing the things that really make a difference. So, you know, what would we do without TikTok, right? But I think a lot of people that are not licensed are just out there giving their opinions. So it's up to us as consumers to be really mindful and wary and discuss that with your physician. Because for all you may know, there may be some good data behind something that you're researching, but please talk to your doctors about it.
Check the credentials of the person you're talking to. All right, so what I find really interesting is there are some foods that do help you feel full, and they mimic that
GLP.
GLP. What do you call it?
So glucagon-like peptide, GLP receptor. Those are the receptors.
That's Ozempic. Yeah, that's the hormone that Ozempic mimics.
So there's a hormone, there's a hunger hormone called ghrelin, which is in the stomach, released in the stomach, and there's a fullness hormone, which signals from your brain hypothalamus. And GLP receptor in the gut is the one that the fullness hormone tells or signals to say, look, you're full, let your food stay around. And so if you think about it scientifically, any food that gives you nutrients stays long enough in your stomach lining to signal to the brain saying, look, I'm getting vitamin B, I'm getting magnesium, getting all these minerals and healthy nutrients. So you don't need to eat anymore, and it gives your body time to digest. But if you eat processed foods, you don't have that time. It's just going through you and causing a lot of side effects.
So this is nature's Ozempic with the foods we just have listed out there, the proteins, the monounsaturated fats in the avocado, whole grains, berries, everything like that. So we also have some items that are bad for you. Talk about those, like that would not promote this fullness or gut hormone.
Right, so processed foods like processed meats, hot dogs, bacon, what have you. Then you have these processed cheeses. Also just, you know, sugars and candies and things like that. High sugared foods, high fried foods, they're not good because they just signal to the stomach, you know, you don't need to digest these. They're all so processed. They don't need our gut to work on breaking them down. They don't really have nutrients. They're just going straight through your gut to your bloodstream, raising your sugar levels, making your insulin sky high to try to manage that high glucose. And what happens? You crash. So it's almost like you eat a heavy meal, you know, you have that crash afterwards, and then you feel hungry again. So processed foods, you know, really must be avoided.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing some tips on this. I know a lot of people, you know, they're looking for the newest trend, but really nature's Ozempic is in fiber-rich foods.
Fiber-rich, absolutely. Whole grains, oatmeal, quinoa, you know, substitute rice with quinoa. That's a very healthy whole grain.
And some good proteins.
Good protein.
All right. Thanks so much, Dr. Bajor.
You're welcome. Thank you.